I'm Pavin, 4-time Madden champion with over $300,000 in earnings. And by the end of this video, you're going to learn to completely shut down all these gimmicky RPOs that you've seen throughout the entirety of the year and some of the chess match behind it. Let's get into the video now. So the specific RPO that we're going to be looking at today, and I guess somewhat of a mini scheme, is this Y off trips nasty. It's been so dominant for too long in this Madden season, and I just remember playing this and not being able to get a stop. You know, they run the read Y flat. I'm sure you ran into it as well. It attacks the sideline so well, and you know, let's just say you do end up trying to stop it, maybe, you know, dragging some guys out, moving your user there. Well, guess what? We have a couple nice plays that people ended up calling and having a lot of success in this formation. So I'm going to just show you kind of what it looks like if you haven't seen it yet. It's just a simple read Y flat. We're attacking the sidelines. You could literally go out there and call hike and get 5 to 10 to even 15 plus yards on this on any given down, right? So let me show you this one simple adjustment, and we'll get into my in-game examples where I'll show you, you know, the chess match behind everything going on in this Y off trips nasty. So first things first, you want to come out on baseline, right? Baseline, your defenders are more spread out, more towards the sideline. They're not going to get sucked in, right, or blocked by any specific guy. Next thing you want to do, preferably cover 4. The adjustment we're going to be making is moving our safety just to this outside hip of the slot cornerback, right? I am in the dime 3-2. You can find this Texans playbook, Jets, multiple defense, 4-6. It's the most versatile defense for sure. And that's all we're going to do. We're going to simply move this guy over. If you want to set up the cover 4 quarters loop blitz, you can go ahead and move him over. But you're going to see by doing this, you know, this manipulates the read key, right? Instead of the slot cornerback getting picked up by Jacoby Myers, number 16, like he had been getting before, he's going to just completely run by him and go to the safety. We move him over, and there's just nothing happening right there, potentially an interception. So it's that simple. Stopping RPOs, you really want to manipulate the read key. Moving out your safeties will do a much better job than, you know, moving out your slot corners, your, you know, user. You see right here, move him in that sweet spot just outside of the slot cornerback, and you're going to see he ends up getting, you know, he ends up just playing it perfectly, as perfect as you could possibly want it. So that's how you stop the read Y flat. But there's a couple issues with this, right? Moving this guy out here creates a big gap in the zone. So this is where chess comes into play. This is where the chess match comes into play. Because let's just say I'm not calling it, right? Let's just say I audible because I don't like that look, and then I just put my tight end on a seam, right? It's going to be a big problem guarding that. Obviously, we end up picking it off, but moving your safety out of play and they audible to something else, that's where the chess match comes into play. So you have to be ready to go when you move this guy out, right? If they're running read Y flat and you're stopping it, amazing. But odds are people will adjust, especially the more advanced players. They're going to adjust. They're going to, let's just say, let's do this. We're going to audible over to something, you know, like a trip set. Let's see if we have a trip set in this playbook. I know running gun in specific, they have trip sets, right? And now all of a sudden your safety's out in no man's land. So you're going to have to be really quickly, you know, adjusting, really thinking about what's going on, visualizing the play concepts, playing chess. You're going to have to move them back in, right? It's that simple. You just don't want to have them in out of position, and, you know, there goes a tight end streak to Brock Bowers, right? Like, you know, wide open, right? That's one of the probably the few problems we have about this defense, but it's super easy to counter. You know, you can make adjustments like manning them up. You know, if you want to keep them out there, there's a whole bunch of things you could do. So if you're struggling with read Y flat, all you have to do, drag this guy out, your safety on that side, maybe shade down a little bit to, you know, for your slot corner to play a little better, and you're going to see the results that end up happening. You know, just completely caged. Now to my in-game example. So you see right here, my opponent is running this Y trips nasty, Y off trips nasty. He is in running gun, I want to say, but you see the adjustments I make, right? I'm dragging my safety to the outer box right here. I moved him from into the tendon spot, which was like right here, all the way out there, right? But it does leave a big hole in this whole middle of the field, right? He could put him on a go route. You know, he could attack my user. So you have to be ready to guard this whole middle of the field if you're going to take your safety out to play like that. But you're going to see Couple of examples of what ends up happening. Right here, he actually ends up getting a few yards. It's because I think I didn't move him far out enough. Sometimes that will happen. You will have to move him more out than, you might have. See, I moved him a little bit more out, and this time I'm hard flattening my slot corner. So by hard flattening my slot corner, he's going to be able to jump this much better than like a purple or any other zone. And you'll see some of the coverage shows that we're going to get into now, because you're going to see my opponent. He's like, okay, he knows probably how to stop it. I had to start passing, right? And they're very simple, basic combos. One combo he's going to hit us with right here is he's going to go corner route, and then I think he goes double drags, and then just a streak, right? This formation is pretty decent, but it's very limited. So if you have a good switch stick and you just slow down that read Y flat, you will get a lot of stops. See right here? He ends up calling hike, and I have an amazing switch stick. My hooks are on 5. He ends up having that corner route open, doesn't want to throw it, ends up getting a few yards on the scramble. You might want to mix in some contains from time to time if they're breaking the tackle box and getting a lot of yards. You see, we drag him out and put him in a nice spot right here. Right here, I'm making some decent adjustments. I'm really just protecting the sidelines and guarding corner routes. He makes a great read right there. I was going to switch stick it. Right here, once more, I move him again to the outer hip. Moved him in this spot right here. So this guy is going to be able to jump it because his slot receiver is going to go and block my safety. We're just manipulating the read key, and if he starts to pass on us, we'll make some adjustments. But for the most part, he's staying this read Y flat, and he probably should have thrown a pick right there. So you see that, and when your opponent does something like that, you're like winning the chess match, because we're gonna see he's gonna immediately stop running it. Like this instant, he's gonna stop running it, and you're gonna see why. Like when he stops running it, it just makes life so much easier. I know he's gonna start passing, and I'm just I'm doing basic shells, right? I'm keeping it super basic. I'm doing like a hook zone right here, looping this guy in a third so I could switch stick him to him. This guy in a quarter to kind of help him out a little bit on the inside, because right where he's from, where he's at, he's not going to be able to get to this middle part. So if I have an inside quarter, I could switch stick on to this guy and run to the middle and help him out a little bit. He's going to be guarding like this area of the field, but there's no way he gets to that middle on time. So that's kind of the look we have. You see, I start to move him back a little bit because I'm like, all right, he might be passing now. He hits us with that baby out again to Mike Vick. We're completely fine with that. 4 yards is really nothing in this game. Like, after those couple read Y flat attempts that really went nowhere, I'm going to keep my safety in the box, right? It's going to help me adjust better. I'm not going to move him out over here. I'm just going to keep him here. And this is playing chess, right? I'm like, okay, if you want to call read Y flat on 3rd and 6, you're probably going to get some yards. But I'm just taking the risk that, I stopped it a few times. I'm taking the risk that you're going to just call a passing play. You see right here, we're playing chess. He ran that little baby out a couple times, so we put a hard flat here instead of a vert hook. And we're playing really aggressive right here, taking away everything. He ends up passing. Our guess is correct. Everything is caged. He's just not calling the best concepts. You're going to see when you stop someone's read Y flat, they just go dumb, and they just call some pretty basic and pretty bad combos. That's what happens, right? Their number one play gets taken out of the equation, and they're going to just panic and not really know what to call it. Here, he audibles to bunch. From here, that's why I prefer to play over someone running a read Y flat. We get very aggressive right here as well. We go vert hook right here. He ran like a return route earlier in that game. I want the vert hook to guard it. And I go cloud flat right here, right? I could have went a third, but I just don't want any type of out to really beat me. I hate getting killed by the underneath stuff. So I go vert hook here and then a cloud right here. He actually ends up calling a nice play. He has a wheel route, and then I think a corner route right here with a streak. And it's a great play. You're going to see he actually dials up an amazing play. But I don't know. The pressure just gets in there. He has this guy open, and then he has that guy open. I switch stick to it late. Ends up getting the stop, and that's just a masterclass for someone running the read Y flat. You see what happens when the read flat gets taken away, they panic, they have to call actual offensive plays, and that's where you can outthink them, win them chess match, and get the stop on downs, and win the game ultimately. So if you enjoyed this video, I know you'll love the Madden Academy's free course on the Madden Mental Chess Match. You can master the mental chess match in less than 90 days. Go check it out now. As you know, being observant and being good at the chess match that is Madden, it takes far more and a lot more skill than just buying someone's ebook and copying someone else's plays without any thought. So I just want to leave that out there. Catch you guys in the next video. Go check out Madden Academy now. Free courses for everyone. Till then, peace.